Haturim on Amalek. What does the Baal Haturim say about Amalek? It says the Baal Haturim first of all says he's so creative. It's almost like he's just finding things that were just not there, even though it's. In fact, we're going to see that about this. He has some people don't even know what his source was. So it says first, it says, remember what Amalek did to you, that they came upon you on the road. So he says, Asher Korcha. We saw three explanations in Rashi of Korcha, and he says Korcha in Gematria means seres, that they, it refers to, seres means castrated. That Korcha is 320, which is the same Gematria as he castrated. And so too, Vayizanev B'cha, and he struck amongst you. The Gematria of Vayizanev B'cha is Zemila. This refers to circumcision. What does that mean? Castrated and circumcision. It's opaque. So the Midrash offers, I'm reading from the edition of the Baal Haturim, this beautiful edition published by the Art Scroll. And this was the commentary by Rabbi Yaakov Kapel Reinitz, and Rabbi Avi Gold. So what is the commentary? It says, the Midrash offers a variety of opinions regarding what exactly transpired when Amalek happened upon Israel. That Midrash reads in part, remember what they did to us with regard to circumcision. They captured some Israelites, severed their circumcised organs, and cast them heavenward. Is this what you have chosen? Saying, take for yourself what you have chosen. The Midrash goes on to explain that Samuel punished Agag in accordance with Amalek's own code of law, namely castrated him. So first of all, according to the Baal Haturim, they were taking the bris of the Jewish people and throwing it heavenward. Now, to me, that's saying that Amalek was mocking us, mocking our relationship with God, and tossing it heavenward. But now the Baal Haturim, it states in verse 19 that you shall wipe out Amalek from underneath the heaven. Don't forget. His commentary on this actually appears in the next portion from chapter 26, verse 1. It says, when you come to the land that Hashem will command you, Vayakitavo, that he gives to you as an inheritance, and you inherit the land and you dwell in it. So what's the connection between this and Amalek? So it says the Baal Haturim, Kitavo, it writes right prior to this, you shall wipe out the memory of Amalek. And right next to it, it says, and you shall come to the land. So therefore, they were commanded to wipe out the memory of Amalek immediately when they came into the land. And about Baal Zeratza cave Biatam Arts. So it says, why did Amalek attack? It wasn't random. The Jewish people were commanded to wipe out the memory of Amalek, to wipe out Amalek right when they came into the land. So of course, Amalek does not want them to come in, because if they go in, they're going to wipe out Amalek. This is so interesting, because we always assumed that we have to wipe them out because they attacked us. Now, Baal Haturim is saying it's the opposite. They attacked us because we were required to wipe them out. Wow. Because why? Why were we commanded to wipe them out? Baal Haturim writes, Shehu Yigidu Melch Mitzrayim ki barach ha'am. Because Amalek was the one who told Pharaoh that the children of Israel had fled. Oh, so what's going on here? Pharaoh had an advisor, and I'll read the footnote here. They explain it even better. Pharaoh had an advisor, and this advisor told his name was Amalek. And this advisor named Amalek said, the Jewish people have fled. Let's go attack them. So he just said the Jewish people have fled. And therefore, the Jewish people were commanded to pay retribution to Amalek when they came into the land. And so because they had to destroy Amalek, for this reason, Amalek went and attacked them because they knew that they were going to be attacked. And so it says to Lavan that Jacob had fled. So what's he referring to there? Who told Lavan that Jacob had fled? Must have been Amalek. Amalek is the one who told them that Jacob had fled. We'll see what the footnote states. For this reason, Alkein Samachlo Parashat Bikurim. That's why the passage of Bikurim is next to the passage of Amalek, because it says an Aramean tried to destroy my forefather. Who is this Aramean? This was Amalek. Amalek tried to destroy my forefather. We always read that as Lavan. His explanations here are so radical and creative. First of all, he says Amalek has a history of trying to destroy the people. And this is who we're referring to in Aramean, but that's why we are obligated to destroy them. And that's why Amalek preceded our attack upon them, preempted it by attacking us. I never heard this before I read the Baal Haturim. Now, the Baal Haturim, let's look at what the footnote here says. So the first footnote is, according to this comment, at the time that Jacob fled Lavan, Amalek was already aware of the decree that his memory be eradicated, because it states that when Jacob fled from Lavan, it was because Amalek wanted to destroy the Jewish people. Amalek had told Lavan. And for this reason, there existed some sort of divine commandment to wipe out Amalek. But so the commentary asks, how could Amalek known about a decree which God made no more mention of it till 2 centuries later? So that's what the Baal Haturim is saying, that there's this vicious, ancient history of wanting to destroy Amalek because Amalek was the one who snitched on us. Now, this is so interesting. The Baal Haturim's source for this comment is not known. How could that be? The Baal Haturim in the 14th century is creating this explanation? Surely not. But it's interesting to me that on a cosmic level, he says their attack was not random, that it was motivated by the animus that goes back generations. And all they cite here in the footnote is a parallel comment in the Hadar Zekanim and the Perush HaRokeach. These were commentaries that were around 75 years before the Baal Haturim. They give a different rationale for Amalek revealing to Paro that the Israelites had fled. Why? Those sources cite an unnamed midrash that Esav had told his son Eliphaz to murder Yaakov. Rashi actually cites this. And Eliphaz first consulted with his mother Timnah, who told him not to kill Jacob. She said, my son Jacob is stronger than you and he will kill you. Moreover, if your father is not afraid that Jacob will kill him, he should kill Jacob with his own hands. Eliphaz was now torn between fulfilling his oath to his father and fear of Jacob. What did he do? He went to Jacob and Jacob gave him all of his money. And that made Eliphaz poor. And poor is like a dead man. When Esav realized that Eliphaz did not follow his orders, he went to Eliphaz's son Amalek and told him to murder Jacob. Amalek agreed and swore to do so. When Timnah heard of this evil matter, she cautioned Amalek just like she cautioned Eliphaz. But Amalek ignored her words. So she said, a great debt lies unpaid, but will be collected from the descendants of Abraham, namely 400 years of servitude. If you kill Jacob, you and your children will be responsible for that entire debt, for you are a descendant of Abraham. So Amalek waited until after the servitude had ended and the debt had been paid, and only then did he attempt to fulfill his oath to his grandfather. But that's not the Baal Haturim, that's an ancient midrash. The Baal Haturim's explanation is just simply that Amalek was the advisor who told Pharaoh, because he knew that the Jewish people were going to have to destroy him when he entered into the land, because his ancestor had been the one who tried to kill Jacob. That there is this history And it goes back to Amalek being the grandson of Esav. So let me just pause here for a moment, see if anybody has a comment on this.